Hi, this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast, where CEOs, COOs, and business owners share strategies for success. This is 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best strategies are concise business advice. And so we're going to be concise and get right to our guest today. So question number 1, with a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, yes, welcome, or thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name is Roslyn Drotar Cassidy. I am co-founder of Legal Marketing Flow, and we are a full agency legal marketing company. Basically, come into your law firm and we do a deep dive and see what's working and not working with your marketing and help you create a comprehensive plan and pretty much walk in and act as your fractional CMO.
Awesome. And get the phones ringing, right?
Yeah, do everything we can to get your phone to ring and clients coming in the door. Yes.
That's
Yes. New
great.
fresh leads is the name of the game. Yeah.
All right. So question number 2, what's the best thing about being a business leader?
The best part about being a business leader to me is being in complete control of your own destiny. So even with everything going on in the world, I get to wake up every day and, not in a willy-nilly fashion, being strategic, of course, but being in complete control over my destiny and my business and my company and where we're going.
That's an awesome feeling. I like
Right?
that as well. So I can
Yeah.
relate to that.
Yes.
Question number 3. I hear from other leaders that their people strategy oftentimes can be more complicated, time consuming than their actual business strategy in their business. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I would absolutely agree. I think it's real hard, especially from a team approach, to get the people that are supporting you every day enrolled and empowered and owning their part that is getting you to across the finish line for success, if you will. And so sometimes you really have to identify, the people that are there with you in your corner. And if they're tactical, that's fine, knowing it, putting them in the right seat, and then really empowering the rest of your team so that they're clear on the difference that they're making on your business. And that can be tricky. It can be really hard to get them to step in and to own it and to even let go as a business owner. So yeah, I would absolutely agree with that.
Letting go can be a big problem sometimes.
It's huge.
Yes.
It is. It's
Like you said,
hard.
you want to be have your own destiny, and sometimes that and letting go don't always go together. So,
No, no, it's a very odd feeling, and it's never something that you ever get used to, I don't think.
right. Well, question number 4, what strategy would you like to share with other business leaders today?
To me, the best strategy that I've always had in my corner that I'm super grateful for is having somebody else that's in my corner to support me. So having a coach or having a consultant that really truly gives you the space that you can open up and kind of brainstorm, right? Just kind of put it all out on the table and your thoughts and your vision for the future of the company or even the next 90 days, and having them help you with getting clear in your thoughts and your mind about what you want to do, intentional, and then most importantly holding you accountable to it. So I've got my own coach, and I know we have a call every Thursday, and I better do my homework or I'm not doing my part. So I would say accountability and just someone in your corner, because it's so incredibly lonely being an entrepreneur and a business owner. At the end of the day, you just kind of walk through it all, and you're the one in the arena getting your butt kicked. And so it's really hard. It can be really hard. So just having somebody there in your corner that you can connect with and hold you accountable, I think, is key.
That's awesome. Well, and no matter how many employees you have, you can't necessarily go to your employees to confide everything in, and spouses
Yeah.
don't always relate, or they're not interested because they have their own business, their own lives and things.
Yeah.
And so like you said, it can be very lonely sometimes, even if it's a partnership and you have a co-founder or a business partner, it still can
Yeah.
be a struggle sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely agree. I'm sure anybody, all the leaders out there can absolutely agree with that. And people say it and you don't know it until you're actually walking through that journey. But yeah, it's pretty, at the end of the day, it can be pretty lonely.
Well, that's not necessarily good to hear, but it's good to hear that it's worked for you, and having a coach has obviously worked for you, and it's, I mean, you've been successful. So we
Yeah.
wish you the best going forward and continuing that success.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So question number 5. What other successful business owners, CEOs like yourself, would you like to acknowledge here or you think would be good on this podcast?
Yeah, definitely my own coach, Chad Thibodeau. He's amazing. Never feel alone with that guy. He's always in our corner and pushing us, but then also being supportive, if you will. Another person that's always been a big mentor to me, Victoria Collier. She's another attorney in Atlanta, and just recently sold her practice to take on another endeavor, which has been super exciting for her and successful. And then I would also say Laura French. She's another attorney that is almost in that same area, I believe, and she's just been a huge mentor, somebody that I've seen start her own practice from her and one other person to thriving.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like you said, you deal with the legal field, so you see a lot of attorneys, successful attorneys. So
Yeah.
we'll have to reach out to them and see if they're available to be on the podcast.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So just kind of a final 6 question, a fun question. Tell me about your favorite past boss.
Yeah, my favorite past boss is somebody who I am so incredibly grateful for. Her name is Suzanne Graves. She's an estate planning attorney in Upland, California. And when I went to work for her, it was just her and I, boots to the ground in the trenches, and we grew her practice from her and I to a team of 7 other people. And what was so great about her is she allowed me to make all of my own failures. It sounds horrible, but she would just throw everything at me and say, kind of figure it out. And what was great about it is there was never any make wrong. She never looked at anything as a failure. She always would say, okay, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it now? What can we take from this and do better next time? And it was great because I can't tell you how much I grew in that role by her just giving me the space to feel the bumps and the bruises. And we were in a coaching program too, and so she invested in that with me, which gave me that insight and that structure, if you will, of the accountability and having somebody in your corner. So I can't thank her enough. She's amazing, and I can't recommend her enough. She's truly been somebody that's helped shape and mold me for sure.
She sounds like a great person. And,
She is.
one of the things about building a great culture is obviously having a culture of acceptance and belonging. And it sounds like she really made you feel like you belonged, but also accepted you, like you said, accepted the failures and the improvements and things like that, allowed you to be a part of that process. So
Yeah, yeah, and failing with the insight too of this is okay. We're going to be fine. We can figure this out. And really, you fail at something, especially in the marketing space, because that's kind of where I really worked my saw, I guess, in that arena. But it's collecting data. It's looking at what works and what doesn't work, and that's a big piece that's hard to kind of muscle through when you're doing marketing, is chasing those moving targets and making mistakes along the way and then figuring out, okay, what are we going to do about it? So yeah, it was huge. So I'm forever grateful for her. She was also a ton of fun.
well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it has been great having you on. Lots of fun. Before
Oh,
we leave,
thank you.
can you tell people how they can maybe reach you or get a hold of you?
Yeah. So you can always email me at Roslyn, Roslyn, at legalmarketingflow.com. If you're in the legal space and interested, we also have a free Facebook group. If you just go into the search bar, you can go in there and just type in Legal Marketing Flow and we'll come up. It's a free group, and we do weekly training, live weekly training every week on all things legal marketing. So,
So that's a great resource. Well, thank
yeah.
you for that.
Yes. Thank you
Well,
so much for having me. I appreciate it. This has been great.
it's been fun having you on. And this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast. For more insights, you can follow us on LinkedIn or at Weaver Business Coaching or on your favorite podcast platform. And we wish you the best success.
Thank you.